Yes, people. Welcome to Never a Foul. If you haven't been here before, make sure you give this a like. Today we're joined by a special guest, and we haven't seen him since the semi-final preview between himself and Daps. So
was it that long ago?
Yeah, it's been that long ago since
wow, that's flown.
May.
No, was it?
Yeah,
it would have been.
Yeah, something like that. You know.
You know what? I'm going to bare my eyes. People, don't be scared. My eyes are a bit mad at the moment, but hay fever's got the better of me. But I'm going to wear them because I don't want to look like a prick. So,
yeah, thanks for swearing. Other than that, Raul, man, what you saying? How good are you today, man? How are you feeling? Are you feeling Mbappe?
Oh, I am feeling Mbappe. I don't know. I don't know the news here in England. Yeah, I know the news, but I would like to listen to you guys. I would like to listen to you just because in Spain, we say that Mbappe is for us. I don't know your thoughts. I don't know Mbappe thoughts at the moment, but in Spain, the deal is done.
Yeah,
guys. No. I know. I think it's done.
Yeah.
I think everything is clear, guys. I don't know. I would like to listen to you as a neutral. As a neutral, I know you are a Manchester United fan. Apparently, I listen something. Liverpool, I listen something. But guys, at the end,
if
the deal is done.
So for me, there's like no City fans will think Mbappe's coming here. It just wouldn't work. I don't think Pep would think it would. Haaland and Mbappe, no. So United, I think United kind of there's this. If we got new owners, maybe. I mean, Liverpool fans, yeah, because what happened is several years ago, I think it was to do with LeBron won it or something. There's been a few things, but ultimately the Liverpool rumor could be squashed so quickly because if Liverpool could not afford Jude Bellingham, I'm sorry, there is no chance in the world they can afford Mbappe. Like Mbappe's going Real Madrid. I can't. When he leaves PSG, unless Mars create a football team, right? He's going to Real Madrid, right?
This is the key. This is the key. If it's now or if in the next year.
So before we go into dissecting Bayern, Real Madrid, Man City, listen, we here in the channel we read a lot of English news, like all the English stuff. So we're really isolated from what you said. Like the news that are reaching me or reading the English media is that Mbappe is gonna stay the next year. So I want you to tell us and the people that are watching what is in Spain. Why do you think he's your player? Because we're really isolated here.
Yeah, it's the same.
Uneducated. Some might say uneducated. Either way.
Yeah, no. Now the situation is the same. When in the middle of the last season, I was listening about Bellingham. I was speaking with different fans of Liverpool, and they say, "No, Bellingham is for that." Listen, I am listening the other things. I am listening other things. I am listening that Bellingham, they don't want to go to Liverpool. They want to play in Real Madrid. They don't. He doesn't want to play for money. He wants to play for Real Madrid. So for now, the situation in Spain is basically the same, and plus the facts.
Yeah.
Which one are the facts? So one thing very important for us, and why the Madridista we are thinking that Mbappe is for us. We don't have number 9.
Yeah, I was going to say this as
well.
Hold
on, that's one fact. What's the next fact? Let me just get the facts off.
We got the striker. We got Joselu, and he chose number 14.
Oh, he's gone.
We never, in the history of Real Madrid, played without number 9. One season. Never, ever. And then, classic number 9. Ronaldo, Cristiano, Morientes, Benzema, Di Stefano. Classic number 9. Classic. More facts. Why Hazard leave for free?
Ooh.
He had the highest salary in the Real Madrid. Why? The financial fair play was there. It is something that I am not sure, but almost 90% Florentino Perez never leave for free one player with still 1 year of contract. Never.
So you
Hazard-
think? Oh, and you're giving the facts to why you think he comes this summer.
The fact. This is the
Right,
fact.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then the news. I am listening a lot of news. Apparently, do you remember the teacher? Mbappe is for us 2025. It was not true. It's until 2024. But if he doesn't want to stay in the PSG, he's leaving for free in 2024.
Yeah.
Do you think that Qatar gonna sell to him for
Do
free?
you know another thing that I'd say on that real quick is last time he was coming close to going on a free transfer, PSG threw absolutely everything at him to make sure that didn't happen. And I said at the time, that's because they're protecting their asset. They don't want to lose every single penny. So am I correct that I'm correct that his contract, that contract that he signed back then, runs out next summer?
Yeah.
Right. And he said, I'm not signing an extension. So I do think you're right. Based on what they did last time, if they can't offer him, because they can't offer him more shares or anything like that, they probably do want to sell him. And yeah, you're probably the only team.
The news say that Florentino Perez is the king of the business. After Qatar, Florentino Perez is the king. The thing is, apparently, Florentino Perez, wants to pay him everything, all pennies of the different way.
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is just facts. It's another thing. Just listen, Luis Enrique. For us, it's very important. It doesn't work. Florentino, it doesn't. Luis Enrique doesn't work with Mbappe.
Oh, well, he can't surely. Barcelona cannot afford him. No, surely they can't afford him.
No. Luis Enrique is gonna coach PSG next year.
Oh,
it's next year. Yeah, apparently yes.
No, he'd left.
So apparently, Luis Enrique is gonna coach PSG, and the problem is he likes.
Of course he has.
He's a massive leader. He doesn't want anyone on top of him. He has attitude. He's the boss, and no one else. It doesn't work with Mbappe. Mbappe was the leader. Mbappe was the coach. Mbappe was the doctor. Mbappe was everything.
The doctor.
Last season. Everything. Yeah, was the president. I remember Luis Campos. Do you know Luis Campos? So he's a friend of Mbappe's friend. So
one question on Mbappe: when he leaves PSG, or if he leaves PSG, does he still keep the shares in them?
There?
Yeah. Oh, he's laughing.
No, I didn't hear.
Oh no! So last time I swear, didn't he get offered? Didn't he get shares in PSG? Part of the reason why they gave him shares for him to stay there. Mo, Cass, one of you two?
No, I don't think it was shares. It was something related to
image just he had decisions,
image
right,
rights
okay.
and stuff.
Right.
But anyway, so let's start with the question. If Bayern Munich get Kane, which is I think they're in a very good place to get Kane if they offer 80 million pounds or more. I think Daniel Levy, I think that he will accept the offer. I know that you guys think Daniel Levy is crazy, but when he rejected City's offer, Kane had 3 years left on his contract.
Yeah,
not 1 year left. He is not an idiot. He's a businessman at the end. And he's going to sell him to someone that is not going to play against him, Bayern Munich. So if Bayern Munich get Harry Kane and Real Madrid get Mbappe, who's then favorites to win the Champions League? That's what I want to know. Does it go back to Real Madrid since they have Mbappe, Vinicius now, and Tchouaméni coming into Bellingham? Is that too strong for everybody, or still Man City are going to be favorites?
Sorry, so who was favorites last year?
It was you,
City,
and it should have been. And last year it should have been Real. It should.
No, it should have been you because Benzema knew that
Benzema. It was you.
Mo. But I always say this: before we'd won it, I honestly never understood why we would be favourites. Yeah,
it's not based on heritage, Daps. It's not based on heritage. It's based on how strong it should be. But you proved this wrong.
You were the favorite team of the Champions League in the last 5 years.
Which is
5.
mad. And having
5.
realistic...
And you won the Champions League in the last. That you won the Champions League last year. It's true. Last season, Jeff. I know, and I say you were so close. You were so close. Yeah, it was fine.
What I'm saying is that I totally get why now we would be favourites. But the reason why I asked is because previous years we hadn't looked. We got semis. But the heritage thing was definitely an issue. Everyone could see it. It was an issue, and It always surprised me that we'd be favourites. Now, I totally get it. Now I think I understand why City will be favourites next season. Also, let's be real with Real Madrid. Like, we have to give them time. We have to give them time to get these players playing together.
No, we are Real
No?
Madrid. No, we are Real Madrid.
At least
We
I
don't
think
give
get
the
shut
players.
up.
No, we don't give
Just
time. We
say
are Real Madrid.
no.
We want to win every year, and we are a Madrid fan. I am Real Madrid fan.
I think
If
Real
we
Madrid
got
are favourites.
if we get Mbappe, it's for win the Champions League. It's
I
for
hear that,
compete
yeah.
with Manchester City. It's for compete with Bayern Munich.
Actually,
We are Real
disagree
Madrid.
with
Just
you
for that,
completely.
we
As long as you don't get us in the knockout stages with the second leg being at the Etihad, because I mean Mbappe's come to the Etihad a few times and hasn't really ended that well, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
with PSG.
Raul. Yes, you say you're in it to win it every year. Yes, you're Real Madrid and all this talk and big talk, but the team that went on last year was a transitional team. It wasn't a team to win it. It was a team like, if we won it, we won it. If we didn't, yeah, we'll wait for Mbappe, because Mbappe's saga ended not good for you, which is exactly what happened. I thought that
Exactly.
going with Rodrigo on the right side, Benzema as your main striker with his injury record, and still have
No, we
Modric
didn't,
and
yeah.
Kroos starting, it wasn't the best. You know what I'm talking.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking. Like, it was. Yes, you're in it to win it if you got Mbappe, but when Mbappe didn't join, you're like, yeah, you know, we'll ride this season. We'll just make it work with what we have.
Yeah, exactly. But now, so we need to win. We need to win. We don't have any other choice. We didn't get La Liga. We didn't get the Champions League. If we get Mbappe, it's to win it. We don't have time. We don't have time. And we don't give time to the players.
I do. The more you think about it, as well, Mbappe is the thing is with Mbappe. I mean, I just spoke on. Obviously, we have played against Mbappe, and he hasn't shone really against us. But you look at the World Cup, and I just think, yeah, Real Madrid with some of those players around him, and I think I just spoke about our heritage and how that's impacted us over the years. Mbappe definitely has, you know, a similar feeling at PSG that, you know, this team hasn't done it yet. So it's getting that first one. The minute he goes to Real Madrid, all of a sudden he's playing for a team that know how to do it. And he's going to feel that. Mbappe is going to feel that extra power on his back. It's mad. It's mad.
But
I mean,
is that Mbappe and Bellingham? Is that going to be enough to stop Man City next year? That's the question.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Bellingham and Mbappe is gonna be enough. But if you put Mbappe, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vinicius, then Militao, Courtois, maybe yes. But if we don't get a striker, if we don't get any other striker, it's gonna be the same that the last season. We cannot go to Manchester and we can receive 4 goals because we are Real Madrid and we played the semi-final. We cannot receive that. And we are working, we are playing, we want it. We want the Champions League. It's our trophy.
But you lost the game 4-0 because they were too
exactly.
good, and
I cannot say.
And their midfield was better than your midfield.
Oh,
so you
hold
think
on.
Bellingham by himself is enough?
There's another question I need to ask real quick. And I presume, because I haven't seen anything, but admittedly I don't keep my eye on Spanish football. Ancelotti, is he staying another year?
No.
So Ancelotti, is he gone?
No. He's going to coach this year.
So
exactly.
1 more year,
he has 1 year more. This is another controversy that I don't think in the same way to the other Madridista. Ancelotti has 1 more year, but apparently the contract with Brazil is done from 2025.
Okay, so last season.
Do you think that
exactly
this one is the last season? Do you think that he's gonna work less? He's gonna have less intensity? No.
He'll want more. But what I saw in that semi-final was for the first time that
Toni Kroos is not good.
And well, yeah, and that, but Ancelotti didn't look like he didn't look like he looked out coached by Pep. Ultimately, he looked like he didn't know what hit him. Didn't know how to play, like, to tell the players. He looked out of his depth, and that's mad because I respect Ancelotti, but in that game in particular, it almost looked like he thought we are Real Madrid, and so we win this. And it was like, you need more than that this season, mate.
No, in my opinion, no. In my opinion, last season we didn't have team. We didn't have too many choice. We didn't have any other team. For example, we didn't have replacement for Benzema. What can Ancelotti do with that?
I don't know, man. All I'm gonna say is, again, it's all if buts and maybes. That's if you get Mbappe and that. But I think Real Madrid, you have to. If you got Mbappe and Vinny, how the hell do you not go into the Champions League thinking that you're not the favourites?
Yeah,
and Bellingham,
agreed.
so you got another attacking
I've just thought Mbappe and Vinny, man.
Camavinga going back into the midfield finally, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You
I
have
hope
to,
so.
you have to be looking at that. Otherwise, it's a failure if you don't get to that final at the very minimum. Anyways, I think, guys, make sure you smash the like button as well. Appreciate everyone that's in here. There's 400 of you nearly. Make sure you hit the like button nice and early if you can. If you haven't done so yet, then you know what to do. Big up Starlord for becoming a new member of Never a Foul. Anyone that wants to become a member can check in the description below. But yeah, man, back on that stuff. Before we even get into that Mbappe stuff, we might as well address the elephant in the room a little bit. Just for 5 minutes. Declan Rice, Arsenal. It looks like he's signing there. £105 million. By the way, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might even want to be telling that, I told you so. You've done one over.
Yeah, but look, but the truth is, I
want to listen to you. I want to listen to you. What happened with the 130? Because if we speak in pound, it's different than if we speak in euros. What's going on with 130?
Is it 130?
Almost 130 million of euros.
I think it's a bit less than that. But
for Rice,
do you know what? I said
200 is enough for Mbappe.
I've been very consistent. I've been saying things didn't make sense to me. Like everyone telling me Rice had agreed and that the deal was done, but no one could actually report that the deal was done. I did say that I thought Rice would end up at Arsenal. I also said that what Arsenal had to do was blow City out the water. And do you know what? I commend Arsenal's board for doing exactly what they had to do. Because they could have come back in, they'd offered 90, they could have come back in and offered 95. West Ham would have thought, you're taking the mickey, and City would have gone, do you know what? We'll go in 95 with a better structure, and it would have carried on. And it's dragging on. They've got other deals to do. They want to get their players in, and they don't want to look silly. And they also needed to show Manchester City intent because, like I said last night, we did not need Declan Rice. I think we wanted him, by the way. So anyone that says we didn't want Declan Rice, I do think we wanted him, but I think we wanted him at a price, because I think we had other options. And I think what they did was spot on. They could have offered 95. They could have offered 100. They offered 105. That showed Declan Rice how much they want him, and that showed City, this is how much we want him. Do you want to go again and waste some of your summer? And your board got what they had to do done. They've put your trust in them again. They've got you back on their side. All this instantly overnight, this talk, Declan Rice had turned down City. Listen, Arsenal, you can try and do this bragging rights thing with us, but it's not going to work. We've just won a treble, right? So respectfully, if you want to say you outbid us and you won it, no problem. What you should actually be doing is celebrating that your board has expectations. Your board has serious objectives. Celebrate that. Talking about us and how you beat us in a bid, like, come on, we've just done a treble. It's not going to scar us a little bit. Salute. They've got the player they need.
Looks like you are already talking about it.
I just got asked to talk about it, Mo.
No, like you're really addressing Arsenal fans because they are. I think them keep saying that Man City fans are a little bit triggered, aren't they?
No. They can say that. No,
I am just asking because I'm seeing Man City fans keep telling people we're not triggered. We're not triggered. What about yourself?
Mo. Yeah. I woke up this morning to DMs, to messages saying, Declan Rice chose us, not you. And what I'm saying is, it's mad that is your go-to as a fan base. Your go-to should be, at last your board has shown intent and you've got the man you want. Celebrate that. We're Little City. For you to be celebrating that you've got one over us, that's kind of mad to me because, fine, you have Declan Rice. And let me be clear, I'm not going to say he's a bad signing. I think he's a perfect signing for Arsenal. I think he's spot on. He's what they need. I think he's going to go with.
You don't need him.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is it a fact that it shows Arsenal over City or not, for whatever reason? Is it a fact or not?
Bro, I've said from the start, I think he wanted Arsenal.
Okay.
I think he wanted Arsenal. When people say...
So why do you think he didn't want Man City then?
It could
be. It could
why? Be. Well, okay, so it could be if you've had someone chase you since February and then you've had someone that's come in a week ago because Gundogan left. Well, which one wants you more? You've had City offer that amount. You've had them offering that amount. You've also had that. I actually think, and this is what Arsenal fans should also take out of this. He's chose Arsenal because he believes in the project and because he thinks he's not going there for vibes. He's going there to try and win something. Arsenal are getting a player that believes in the project. Yeah, I'm not going to come on here and slate Arteta, but what I will say is people that say Arteta has a bigger pull than Pep, you're not fooling anyone with that crap. Like, come on.
No, that can never be true. But
no,
yes,
but it's been said, and that's what I'm saying. So when you say, "Oh, maybe you are rattled," no, I'm addressing it because it's the first show afterwards. So I will address it. Like, it's a good signing. It's a good signing. I would have wanted him at City. However, if we go and bag another player for 35 million and he comes in and
plays better than Rice.
I said last night, bro, I would rather Frankie de Jong than Declan Rice. Yeah, the way that City play, the fact we've got Rodri, Rice would take Pep changing him that little bit. Whereas there's other players that I think could come in and be what Pep needs. But I'm not going to knock the signing. I think the signing is a good signing.
Fantastic, yes.
And it is what it is. Like,
just to be honest, I'm just going to say, I don't see any reason for Declan Rice to choose Arsenal over Man City. I don't see any logical other than one reason.
You don't know what Arteta sold to him.
Wanting to stay in London.
It'll be more than that. It will be more than that.
It's not, by the way, it's not only me. And yes, with all due respect to Arsenal's project, who looks very promising now with Declan Rice, them signing Timber, going for Lavia, and all this progression that they did in the club. But if I'm a player now, I see no reason for me being an England international, seeing how Grealish now plays way more in the England national team, even after a year sitting on the bench, and how Pep Guardiola developed this guy to be a starter in a treble-winning team, to choose Arsenal over Man City. I don't see any footballing reason.
But, bro, I hear you, but every player has different needs, different wants, and
I want to know these needs.
Bro, do you know what? There is value. There is value as it coming as a City fan now to. If you go to Manchester City and win the league next season, yeah, then that will mean a lot. But I can tell you now, being completely honest, I used to say to Arsenal fans and to Man United fans that had won multiple Premier Leagues, yeah, that when we won it, it meant more to us, yeah. And that is because we hadn't won one before, yeah. When you win things more and more and more, yes, it's a big deal and we want to keep winning them, but you do get used to it. If Declan Rice goes to Arsenal and he's the missing piece in that jigsaw, he'll feel like I contributed to this. I wasn't a part in the system. I contributed to it. So there's so many reasons, Mo, that you could go with. Someone can make you feel wanted more. Like maybe they did. By the grand scheme of things, I think they did want Declan Rice more than us because I think they need him more than us.
Oh, they definitely need him more.
Yeah.
Than us.
So and
he's very integral to them, not integral to you. Maybe that plays a factor. But I, as a player, if Man City want you and Arsenal want you at this point, I don't know. Unless you know that Pep is leaving for sure in 2 years and you want to just a longer term project, maybe Raul. Maybe. I'm not sure how much you follow English football, but if you're a player and you're between Man City and Arsenal, both they went for the league last year, both promising. One of them is still a project. One of them is already an established project that won a treble. Who would you choose?
But the situation is different. It's not like an English football project or no. I think he was, to be honest, he was scared between Grealish. I think it's not the money only. He was scared.
It's definitely not money. No, it won't be money.
He was scared, to be honest, between Manchester or Arsenal. And I think the City, he didn't need him. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He don't.
Yeah, but you think that City will go for him and bid for him?
No, City wanted
talking
him.
to the guy and explaining to him his role in the team.
I
never take Man City people as idiots. I will never sit here and assume they're idiots.
Yeah, but now the market is different. Now the market is like, guys, they need to choose the player. They need to choose one team, not for the money, now for the project. If he choose Manchester City, maybe he needs 3, 4 years, 5 years with Guardiola to be in the starting 11. Now, if we go to Arsenal, he can play in the start 11
in
September.
I think Arsenal, like, I'll be honest, I'll put money on it that in the next 3 years, Declan Rice becomes Arsenal's captain. I don't think they'll instantly do it because I don't think they'll disrespect Odegaard like that. But Declan Rice, to me, I said this, Mo. Remember when I said that the perfect signing for Arsenal, what they need experience, calm, leader, Gundogan, right? And I said, but sometimes there's a little younger gem. There's a younger gem that just looks like a leader, right? That is brought into the project. And I think Declan Rice can be that for Arsenal. And I also think actually Odegaard, because for me, I've always thought De Bruyne is better when he's not captain. And I think Odegaard might be the same. I think Declan Rice will become captain. And that might be another thing that Arteta said, I want you to come in and be one of our leaders. There's so many reasons. And this is what I think Arsenal fans should celebrate. The fact that Declan Rice believes in your project. There's been times where every single Arsenal fan does not believe in the project, yeah? Declan Rice believes in your project. Celebrate it. Be happy with that. Don't find reasons to slander other fan bases because that puts a downer on your club. Your club is up there again. Your club is, I said it before the summer, your club is back. And this time, I feel Arsenal want to achieve more than they did last time. They want to go further in the Champions League. So all of this, celebrate that. Talking about us and fearing us just shows us you still fear us. Don't talk about us. Don't talk about us.
Wait,
So,
what's going on? Sorry.
Go ahead, Cass. It's your time.
No, my nose just going off.
Mad, innit? Same.
It's always a night. I don't know why.
I want to see Arsenal in the Champions League, to be honest. Because
Mo didn't say Rice isn't elite. I'm sorry, just let me respond to a couple of people. I didn't say Rice isn't elite. I never said Arsenal project isn't promising. And I just said that your project is very promising. You went to challenge for the league. And I wanted Rice to go to you. Just to be honest, some fans are just very sensitive. And I'm a
say one thing
fan
about
as
you
well.
say one thing
I
that
am
isn't 100% in the
like no. I say anything that is against your club in any way, you translate it as I'm against your club. I'm not against your club. I'm just trying to understand the situation. Why would you choose Arsenal over City? It doesn't mean your club is worse than City, but at the moment, City are more successful than every club in the world. So let's just establish the fact. They just won a treble. Okay.
Yeah, let's get one thing straight. Rice is not an elite player. He's not elite, not yet.
Let Cass continue. This is Cass's thing.
No, it's not my thing. It's just truth. He's overrated. And I don't mean when you say, right, like I think Jude Bellingham is overrated currently. He's a very good player with world-class tendencies, right? But that elite bracket is a lot clearer for Jude Bellingham than it is Declan Rice. For me. And just because he's got Arsenal doesn't mean he's not, I don't mean he's overrated, I mean he's a crap player because he's a good player. Declan Rice is very good. He's got world-class tendencies. Yeah. But he's not an elite pick of player. That's all I'm trying to say. He's not elite. You know, this is a player, he comes from West Ham. You know, when you come from West Ham, like, I'm not being funny. Like, that should be easy dealings. Should it not? Yes or no? Right?
Ahead,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes or no? Is it if it comes from someone like West Ham, should that not be an easy picking and not easier deal to do?
You know what? I don't
get the question. I'm sorry. Can you ask the question? I was listening.
Attracting a player from West Ham should be easier because it's a no-brainer. But then
it is a no-brainer. He's definitely a step up for him.
I'm just saying. Look, I think I said it earlier, and I think I said it yesterday. Actually, no, I said it yesterday. I think that wait, who are you getting rude to? You just get blocked out of the thing, anyways. I don't think these guys know. Anyways, calling me the B word. But for me, I just feel like his development
move on. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think his development will be a lot better under Arteta for how he plays currently than City, because I just don't think he's required. You don't have the tools to do what Pep would want straight away. I think his development will be a lot easier in transition with Arteta, and that's fine. I just think he suits the way Arteta plays more than he does City.
Yeah.
City, I restricted, and that's okay.
I wish we knew things. Like, I wish we knew if City actually, like, Arsenal have been speaking for a while. I do think Arsenal, Arteta and whatever, they've spoke with him. Have City, it definitely won't be Pep that spoke to him, by the way. It would have been the guy's name, Tiki, who I can't pronounce his name great. It would have been him that spoke to him, not Pep. But I think you're right. I think the project with Arsenal is more sellable. I think if he goes Arsenal, he knows he's going to be a big piece in this jigsaw.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Whereas at City, he knows that. Like, I mean,
It's one more.
We have to be clear. Bernardo has not gone yet, right? Rodri is there. Kovacic has just come in. There's a lot of people that Rice would be looking at it thinking, how often am I going to play? How much of a big piece am I, especially first season, how much of a big piece am I going to be at this club? And he's gone with Arsenal, man. We have to just respect it. And look, I can't be.
It's a great signing.
I have to wait and watch it, because anything I say, people are going to say, you're only saying that now because he hasn't chose your club. But the truth is, I've been very clear throughout this whole thing documented. I thought he would go to Arsenal. I wanted him at City. But at the same time, we haven't got him. And my whole thing on City's whole transfer window is, I trust my board. I trust my manager. Who we get, Pep will make cook. And I'm good with that. So we move on. We see who we get. If we end up getting no one else and end up going out with Phillips and flipping Rice, I'm sure Pep will make that work. So
I was wishing you got, because I think Rice makes. I just don't think he suits City. I was hoping for it. You just spent 105 million or 100 million, 95 million on a guy that I don't think is going to be that much of. I don't know. He's just going to be okay for you. Like he's just going to like Rice that's in the pecking order. But for Arsenal, I think he strengthened them massively, and just because of the way they play and the way it is, I think it's a wicked signing for Arsenal, because I just feel like the 8 role would just suit him to a T. That box to box on the left, he would look so good there.
And do you know what?
For you lot, I think it just brings you. It's like you just got rid of Gundo and you got Rice to replace him. Nah. Sorry, no, I don't rate it. That's all I'm saying.
And just to talk on the fee real quick, because it'll be very easy for everyone to start switching on Arsenal for how much they spent. But listen, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Arsenal fans, do more like that, because the truth is Arteta is spending a lot of money. So, you know, you can tell me that we're ruining football. You can tell me that we had to spend a lot of money to get back up there. Well, that's exactly what Arsenal are doing. And I salute the board for doing it. They've got to do what they've got to do. Do what you have to do. You're generating a lot of money, and salute to Arsenal, innit? Like,
yeah.
Hopefully they'll come. Hopefully they will put up a better challenge than last season. So,
Star Lord, thank you for becoming a member. And the first super chat was Black Confetti saying, "Whoa, back to back. Let's slow down, guys. Man City are dominant, but they are not Real Madrid. One Champions League doesn't give them that pedigree." Well, it's not the point here. Is that if Man City strengthen next year with a De Jong, am I going to sit here and be delusional and say, they're not favorites? No, they are favorites. And I'm not expecting anybody to smack them. If they go out on penalties or a goal in the extra time, or they lose 1-0, I'm going to sit here and say, yes, you did lose it, but I'm expecting Man City to go all the way. If Real Madrid get Bellingham and Mbappe, I think they will be favorites at that time. But again, Mbappe, Haaland is going to score you next year. I'm expecting improvement, so maybe 40 goals next year. I'm not just saying that. There's no pressure, but it's the same for every player. You improve every year. He's still young. He's going to improve, and the players around him will get to know him more. So I'm expecting a competition between Mbappe and Haaland. Different type of players, but same output. Let's just establish that.
But maybe they can play in the same position, number 9.
Maybe they can play in the same club, bro, at some point.
Maybe. You never know.
Oh,
no.
2025.
Because that was the plan. Doesn't he have a release clause at 2025 or an agreement?
That's chaos, man. Vinny, Mbappe, Haaland as a trio, that's chaos. It won't work.
We shut the door. They play in a different league.
It don't work.
I think you'll see by the end of the summer. I think you'll see Haaland sign a new contract.
With no release clause, right?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I think it might depend on Pep as well. You don't think so?
So he apparently removed his release clause, his previous release clause, when Pep signed the new 2-year contract. So we'll see. There probably will be a release. Look, in this day and age, footballers like Haaland, Mbappe, etc., very few of them sign contracts without release clauses. I expect there to be release clauses in every contract that Haaland signs. So anyone that makes out it's a big deal, it's not. Like, these players will have release clauses in there. But I expect it to be far bigger than 150, and next year it'll probably be like 300 in 2 years' time or something. So We'll see though.
Chloe Jenkins with another one. Thank you so much for the support, for the super chats. He wanted to stay in London and he didn't want to warm the bench like Grealish and Foden and Phillips.
Grealish shouldn't a bench warmer. Grealish shouldn't be in that comment, but
in the first season. I think
Still played
maybe
quite a few
Daps,
games.
you just mentioned something that he's not
Phillips is valid.
guaranteed a starting place.
Yeah.
Nobody has. I promise you that not even KDB is guaranteed a starting place at Man City.
No, I hear you, but what I would say to that is, and it probably is right to be fair, but what I would say to that is, if you sell the project right, because what Pep will say is you're part of a squad, and if you are part of a squad, you have a chance of winning every single trophy. If you want to be part of a best 11, your chance of winning a trophy gets a lot smaller. Like, I can guarantee you come and play as part of a squad at Manchester City, you're going to flourish with trophies. Whereas go and be part of an 11 that's just focused on one thing, don't end well.
Yeah, and Comdean Masomi saying, Mo, isn't it the uncertainty of the 115 financial fair play charges a reason? I don't think so. I think the players have nothing to do with that.
No, I think that's not
this has not, the players don't even think about it when they're deciding.
If they did, they'd just put something in their contract that if it came out that they'd be able to go.
They can leave, yeah. So that's not.
And also, go and watch the interview with Khaldoon. I'm pretty certain that City could very quickly convince you that they are going to bust every single charge that is there. So,
okay.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, don't you think like just moving on a little bit, as well, like. So with Bayern Munich, right? Don't you think they might be a little bit of an underdog in this part? Because I've never known Bayern Munich to get battered like that, and in the next season they usually come very hot, like very good, like very. If they are to get Kane, and if they are to put that 80 million bid in plus add-ons to go get their man, you go get Kim Min Jae, right? They saw their midfield options because remember when they did play Man City, they did kind of control it in one sense, but the only thing is they just had nothing. Like they had loads of control, but nothing. Like all the possession, but for what? They had no outlet up front. There was no striker. It was Gnabry playing false nine. It was very easy.
Yeah, they missed the striker massively
for Man City. And if you get Kim Min Jae, they don't have a donkey called Upamecano at the back either. You know,
he was bad. He was very bad.
Was he bad? I just think Bayern would be a very good outfit next year potentially as well. And you can't really rule them out of the Champions League because they do have great heritage in this game, and it is a bit of a mess going on at the moment.
I think Raul's probably better to answer on this because that's probably been a longer ongoing feud.
I just think they could be a very good outfit next season.
Sorry?
The Bundesliga is going to look easy. No, if Bayern Munich
if Harry Kane goes to Bayern Munich, does that automatically makes them one of the favorites to win the Champions League next year?
And they got that Guerrero guy who's quite good in Champions League.
I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yes. I don't like Harry Kane, to be honest. But just for Kane, do you think that is the favorite?
Harry Kane, you don't think that Harry Kane can bag at least like 20 goals?
I didn't want him for Real Madrid, to be honest. But if you ask me, they could be the favorites. They are fighting. For me, at the moment, Bayern Munich could be like PSG in the Champions League. They are fighting in La Liga.
Is Harry Kane the best striker in the world at the moment, individually?
I mean, you think so?
In Europe.
You think so? No?
Who?
Harry Kane, isn't he the best striker in the world now?
Haaland, no?
For you, no?
I see your point in terms of goals, but Kane has different aspects for him.
Why is it different? They're both strikers.
Well, Harry Kane gets more involved in the game and stuff. Maybe you're right. Based on numbers, but Mbappe, sorry, what's his name? Haaland had one good season, but Kane has been doing it for years and years. So no,
Haaland's done it for Dortmund.
Yeah, but check. Yeah, but this is the different age, no?
We found a new agenda for Mo. We found one.
No, I still believe Haaland is the best poacher in the. Yeah, Haaland's the best goal scorer now.
You didn't say who do you rate on ability? The job's
on ability. So who's better in ability?
Well, yeah, ability.
Harry Kane or Haaland?
Of course, Harry Kane. But if you're asking me, who's the best?
What about delivery? Can Harry Kane deliver like Haaland?
No, he can't because Haaland delivered them a Champions League and a title. Kane didn't deliver Tottenham nothing. He's not. No.
So no, you don't. I'm genuinely asking. I think Haaland's a great striker, one of the best strikers, but I really think that Harry Kane is at the moment, maybe how Haaland will develop later, but I think Harry Kane now is a better footballer.
Yeah, but I mean, you say that, but then I swear Haaland got like 7, 8, 9 more assists.
8 assists. Yes.
Exactly. How can you not rate what Haaland's doing, man?
So it's all about the output now. It's not about. So it's all about the output now.
Well, I'm not being funny, but you don't see that. I've never seen someone come into the Prem first season and score like 37 goals.
I've seen Mo Salah do for 34.
Yeah, but how long did it take him to do that?
From the right winger, one season, first season. Mo Salah
for
first season. I am not. People think I'm knocking Haaland. I'm not. I'm really just thinking, if you want to go to Bayern Munich, is it Haaland or Kane to suit that? I'm
not being funny. With Sane and Gnabry there, I think Haaland would have suited them to a T. They would be getting teed up all day long. Haaland is not. Kane is not the best number 9 in the world right now. On ability, yes, okay, cool. But Haaland currently right now scored how many goals? I'm sorry, but he's 22 years old and he scored 52 goals in one season. And before that, he scored like 44 goals. And the season before, he scored like 40 goals. I'm not being funny. Just strikers more. You're on mute, by the way, Daps. I just don't understand it. Just because he's better on ability. Neymar is a better ability-wise than most wingers in the world right now. Yeah, ability-wise. But is he the best? If you're going to tell me, is he the best winger in the world? No.
But do you know what? Do you know what I'd say with Bayern? Yeah, and this is a question, and I guess now it's interesting to see. Everyone respects Bayern for how good they do business. Yeah, they do business so well, right? And yes, when there's times where they need to do business, they go and do business and they get it done. They didn't get Haaland because they said the numbers, we just couldn't make the numbers work. It was too much. Now, my question is, has football got to a point now where if Bayern want to continue to be the absolute juggernaut that they are, sometimes they need to understand, do you know what? However much you are sensational at business, sometimes you just have to go and blow the bank. Like Real Madrid will do it. City, we know City, Arsenal have just done it. Sometimes you have to just go, you know what? You've got to throw everything at it because it will work. And I guess where Bayern are at the moment, if they get Kane, they've once again shown that they can be shrewd. But I just feel like maybe the way football's going, if they're not careful, they could be left a little bit out for a while unless their academy becomes good again, or, you know, they're finding young players in Germany.
Musiala's only going to get better, right?
Musiala's very true. But I don't know. It's just like, if they get Kane, ignore what I said. But the Mbappe thing, could that come back and haunt them? Could that come back? That if they would have got Mbappe, if they would have got Haaland this season, they would have been ferocious. Absolutely. Like, we played them, and especially at their ground, they were good, but just in that final third, they never looked threatening at all. And that's the difference of having someone like that.
What are you saying there? What are you saying, Raul, man? About Bayern Munich. You reckon they're going to be, if they don't get Kane, they're going to miss out? Like, they're going to be that team that's
for me, Bayern Munich is out of the race for the Champions League like years ago. To be honest, it's true that last season, no, 2 years ago was almost, but for me, Bayern Munich 2 years ago was out. For example, I consider more dangerous PSG, but at the end they didn't get. But for example, as Real Madrid, as City, or any other team, I don't consider Bayern Munich as dangerous.
Why don't you go get Kane now as well? But you said you don't really like Kane, but he's the closest thing to Benzema in world football. And let's say you got Kane this summer. Imagine you get Mbappe next summer, right? On a free, by the way. Then you've got Mbappe,
Real Madrid,
Vinicius, and you got Kane who could just feed them all day long. And
listen, if we go, listen, when I read the news, if Kane go to Bayern Munich, I am happy. Do you know why? Because if Kane go to Bayern Munich, it's because Florentino Perez has in his hands Mbappe. Sure. Because we cannot get any other striker. It's true. He is a good striker. I don't say that he is not a good striker, because but at the moment we don't have any other striker in the world. We got Joselu Mato.
Who's Joselu? He's not that great. He's good.
Are you gonna sit here and tell me Joselu or not Joselu?
Joselu.
No. I said
you're joking.
I said that we go Joselu because we don't have any other choice in the market. If I see Kane goes to budget is because I am sure that Florentino Perez has Mbappe. If no, tell me any other striker. I know I don't like him. I don't like Kane. I say all the time. I don't like. But tell me any other good striker for Real Madrid at the moment. Another year without a striker.
Rashford.
Yeah, but I like more Rashford than Harry Kane, for example. But he has a contract. It's more difficult, to be honest. Rashford for Real
You
Madrid,
really
but,
like Rashford more than Harry Kane?
in my opinion, yes.
What about Vegas?
I don't like. Yes, I don't know. It's my opinion,
Do you
guys.
watch English football at all?
Lukaku.
Yes. Wallahi, I'm not.
Lukaku is for Chelsea. No, it's a good business. Like
He's for no one at the moment. I mean, he's for most. He's for most
Bro,
teams.
it's for nobody, bro.
Lukaku. How much? Lukaku? 100
Bro,
million.
Inter don't want to pay
Mbappe
23
200.
million euros.
It's fair
for him.
enough. It's nice. It's nice
No,
market.
25. Lukaku 25. Hey.
No, 25 at the moment.
Lukaku serious of anyway. Like I think Harry Kane.
So,
goes to Man
guys-
United, they are. I don't know why people still like doubt Harry
I
Kane.
am happy.
I don't know how people can doubt Harry Kane. He's a very good forward, to be honest. It's ridiculous that he still plays for Tottenham Hotspur, to be honest. With all due respect to Spurs.
You mean they just got James Madison? I mean, they're going to be great again.
You're
Well, I
backing
rate
way
James
too
Madison
much
more than
there.
Kai Havertz, to be
Can you,
honest.
can you hear the sarcasm?
Yeah,
but you
but
are
I
backing him.
rate James
I am
Madison
backing
more
him.
than Kai Havertz. Who's got a better deal? Spurs or Arsenal? Kai Havertz for 65 or James Madison for 40 million?
No, James Madison all day long. You can't even
Exactly.
any Arsenal fans are in here. You can't tell me that Havertz is the better deal. No chance.
How
Actually,
old's
no.
Madison?
So
How old's
they aim-
Madison?
so
They're
they-
gonna tell you
they-
he scored a goal in the Champions League
26,
final, bro.
26.
That's what they're gonna tell you.
guys,
Yeah, what fair.
guys, the final price for Havertz is 65.
Yes.
Oh my god, 65 plus 105. So 200 something.
Rahul is
Shit.
like kind of like what?
Now,
What is
you-
going on in
you
English
lot-
football?
Hold on. So, Raul, how did you feel when your club was linked to Kai Havertz?
Mm.
Mad because crazy because everyone in Spain asking me, oh, who is Havertz? Who is Havertz? I say, guys, let me ask because I don't know who is Havertz. And now Chelsea fan the Chelsea fan were happy. Oh, Havertz is for Real Madrid. Deal done. Another Hazard. Oh, I don't want another. Listen, guys, when the fan of one team they are happy for sell any player, guys, something is wrong. Something is not working. You know what I mean? So
No, but you
when
know-
I see the Chelsea when I see the Chelsea fan, oh, Havertz for Real Madrid, go, let's go. I say, guys, who is Havertz? I say, I don't even know who is Havertz. I am me. So let's see. It was scared,
I
but
can't believe Real Madrid actually wanted Havertz, but you didn't want to offer up to even 50 million.
I
So,
don't think so. It was a joke. Like Liverpool 300. No, it was a joke. It was a
I'll
joke.
go-
Like, because
by the way, go on.
no, I say it was a joke just because they need to increase the price. Like City asked for Rice, just for us for increase the price, spend more money. You know, it's part of the game, guys. It's part of the game. Like for example, in my opinion, Harry Kane for Bayern Munich is part of the game. It's part of the
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
100%.
like that said before, they need to choose any big player in Europe just because they need to take off of any other big team.
By the way,
I-
I'll-
Last season was Mane. But Mane was off. Mane was out of the Liverpool.
That's a valid point. You know, when they got Mane, was Mane on the decline, and it was a risk probably. And I don't know. I do think that's maybe I don't know about that. I think, yeah, I get what you're saying. Even Sane, like we love Sane, but Pep didn't want to keep Sane. So, like, their last two wingers they've got were wingers that clubs allowed to leave. Like, do you know what I mean? So it is, and that's what I mean, that I think Bayern at some point might have to bite the bullet and not keep trying to be shrewd and just go, do you know what? We do have to go, and like they did, I guess they did it a bit with Lewandowski, where they go, let's go by any means. We have to get Lewandowski, And it might be that point now that if they don't get Kane, they're going to have to target someone. I think Vlahovic would work there as well, to be fair. But
can we shift a little bit and ask, can Man United or Arsenal win the Champions League? Can Manchester United win the Champions League, assuming they're gonna get their targets like what Arsenal did?
Hey, come on, man. We might be.
What are your targets?
Hey, we might be.
Mason Champions League Mason Mount. Put some respect on the name.
Come on. I don't know about Arsenal. Keep them out your mouth, but when you talk Champions League, but Man United, there's always fair game.
He always answers it like this.
It's always fair game, man. Why can't Man United win the Champions League? Why not? We got Champions League. We got Champions League for Ryan.
I want to listen.
You got Champions League for you got Casemiro. They're gonna get Onana.
He cannot fight alone. Eh? Casemiro cannot fight alone, guys. Remember. But how are you feeling in the Champions League?
What do you mean? Hey, come on, man. Champions League Mount as well. Like, come on, man. He performed. This is where he plays. Great. Kill me. Yeah, man. No, why can't Man United? You can say that for a lot of teams. Like, why can't a lot of other teams? But why can't Man United win it? But again, who would you say is an outsider? Like, who's a realistic outsider that can actually go on and win the Champions League?
Arsenal Football Club.
No, Mo. No.
Be careful with that.
No.
Be careful with that.
What if City won it for the first time? Why not Arsenal? See, you have an agenda. You have an agenda, Cass.
No, be careful because I say before they don't have players with experience. They didn't get the Premier League. They don't have players with experience, and they don't learn. They are getting players without experience. And happened the same yesterday in the UEFA Europa League. They didn't get the Europa League, and they were the second. They were the first team in the Premier League. Arsenal Football Club.
People think I'm joking, right?
You are joking.
I'm not joking. If City built a team to win the Champions League, why not Arsenal? It's a possibility. Why?
Yeah, but you cannot win.
What this season, with
this season, Rice and with Havertz.
The question is, yeah, who has an outside chance of winning a Champions League next season? If all goes well. Like, obviously, we're always going to talk about if it goes well.
Arsenal Football Club.
No.
The reason why I'm saying they're outsiders, because if I say Man United is an outsider, Man United won the Champions League before. You have 3 players that won the Champions League before. Arsenal have none. So they are an outsider. You're not an outsider. You're going to sign Onana that just played in the Champions League final. You're going to sign De Jong that just played for Barcelona.
No one said outside of
I'm
winning.
being realistic, right?
You're not being realistic.
I am. Why I'm not? Tell me why I am not.
It's your opinion.
Yeah, your opinion's garbage then. But what's it called? I was thinking like maybe say something like Barcelona, maybe, you know, they just got Gundo.
If I say Barcelona, they're not.
Wait. Barcelona is sure that Barcelona. They are gonna play. And it's sure.
What? They're getting kicked out?
I don't know.
Financial fair play against them, and
maybe
they have to finalize things.
No, they are waiting.
That won't happen. That will never happen. Come on, Val. You know
that. The Spanish Federation want them to do
that. Will not happen.
But now is the UEFA. Look, the UEFA with Osasuna. They said now Osasuna.
Yeah, but
why?
Val, you know that can't happen for the good of Spanish football. However much you might not like them, it can't happen, bro. Like Real Madrid won't allow that to happen. That's how much it can't happen. Like,
yeah, but imagine a Gundogan signed for Barcelona and they are not going to play in Europe. What happened?
a couple of years ago, didn't that nearly happen when they signed like multiple players and couldn't register them or whatever? But it won't happen because your club will be one of the clubs that make sure that doesn't happen, because you need Barca to be back at their best.
There is no La Liga. If there is no Barcelona, there's no La Liga.
I can't see Italian teams.
You don't want Atletico as your rivals, do you? Come on.
So let's go. Okay, let's go back to the Arsenal argument, because I really want to go back to that. Cass asked me who is the outsider, and I said I see the only realistic outsider is Arsenal. Outside, when you say outsider, means someone that has no heritage in the Champions League, someone has never won it.
I want to say heritage. It's not just a heritage kind of thing. I'm saying away from Bayern Munich, away from Real Madrid, away from Man City. who that's the outsiders out of them, who is the most
Even
realistic?
PSG.
PSG?
PSG under
so that's what
Enrique,
you okay. So you mean outside of these three? That's you mean outsider?
Yeah, who realistically can get out there? I don't know. The only way PSG get there is if they keep Mbappe,
Inter?
Neymar, and get Bernardo Silva as well.
not the way you're selling, Mo.
Inter?
You won't have 11 players.
Not if we sell Onana and Brozovic. No.
No chance.
Hold on. What he said is a
Brozovic
really
going
good
Barcelona.
question.
Brozovic might be going Barcelona as well. They could have Pedri.
He just put his picture as an Instagram and an Inter shirt. He just put his.
Do you know what though? What Cass just said is a valid point. And when you look at it,
maybe they'll kiss the badge of Aston Villa. Still went to Man City the next day.
Oh, there's a lot of that. But what you said's a valid point, that when you actually look at it and go, who could it be? I mean, Napoli, but you're telling me that Napoli are ready to just go, we've done what we wanted to do. And
Rudy Garcia, Spalletti left, Rudy Garcia, they're like, whatever happens. Like,
yeah.
Still Austin, bro.
It's a good question. I mean, PSG, right. So with PSG, if Mbappe goes and they're bringing a new manager, I guess with PSG, it is a bit of, PSG actually, are the owners looking for a route out, or are the owners actually going, do you know what, we tried the superstar model, let's try a different approach now? And maybe that might work for them better, that they go, do you know what, let's go and get some hard-working players, let's not focus on big names, your Messis, your Mbappes, your Neymars, we go and maybe they try that approach, and maybe that gets them further. Arsenal, though, I'm sorry, but as a club that, you know, we hadn't done much in Europe, I know how hard it is to win your first Champions League. If you think Arsenal, who struggled in the Europa League, can come to the Champions League now and instantly win it, no. And listen, it's clipped up. Arsenal fans, you probably think you can. I think there is more chance of United doing it than Arsenal, just based on the fact that United know how to do it. But I said that last year. I said last year, if Arsenal play Man United twice in the league, they beat them twice. But if they play them in Europe, I think United beat them in Europe, because United just have that confidence. Like, we've seen Liverpool win Champions Leagues finishing in very average positions because they know how to do it. It's just a know-how in Europe.
I have this theory that if you do well in the league, and I said that before, you're automatically will do well in the Champions League.
It's not
automatically.
True.
No, that's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. We lost La Liga in January, in December, and we got semi-final.
So hold on. You took one part, but doing well in the Champions League doesn't mean you're doing well in the league. A lot of teams won the Champions League without being great in the league.
True.
Liverpool won the league, because Chelsea won the Champions League without being great in the league. Liverpool won the Champions League. The difference is when you win in the league, when you are very consistent in the league, that form most likely transforms into the Champions League. Most likely.
Yeah, but I didn't see this point in Arsenal last season in Europe. I didn't see.
Yes. So here is the difference. Here is the difference. They actually didn't focus and actually had this mentality is bigger fish to fry, literally. And it showed on the players. Yeah. It was on the pitch, very obvious. Players were not flying in for tackles, bro. Players were lazy tracking back. It was obvious. They didn't care. Everybody put in their mind that you need to win the league, not the Europa League. Man United had more pressure to win Europa League than Arsenal. Am I wrong, Cass?
Yeah, we did. 100%.
Like, people said Man United have to win it, but because Arsenal were top of the league, said it's okay if you don't win Europa League as long as you continue in this form in the league. But Man United were told you have to win Europa League. You're favorites. Nobody said Arsenal will win Europa League, by the way, when they started.
No, never. But that's because of their history in Europe. That's because of their belief going into Europe. And also, when you're focusing on your first league or your first, you can't, come on, let's be real. You can't go for multiple trophies when you have a squad like Arsenal or Man United. I'm not knocking it. They're still building their squads. They're still getting back to greatness. So I'm sorry, Arsenal, I'm not having in the Champions League. I think if Arsenal reach the semi-final, they should be very proud of themselves.
That's great. I'm going to keep saying
and they will challenge in the league, by the way.
People don't believe. If you go out on small margins in the Champions League, I don't think that I should say you bottled it. because Champions League is built on small margins. Man City were ahead of Real Madrid for 170 minutes and still lost last year.
Oh
right?
no!
But if you lose 4-0, like Real Madrid, if you lose 3-0 or 7-0, now you lost the Champions League. You were never favorites.
Yeah,
you should not have won it. Do we agree on this at least?
As long as Man United don't come up against Sevilla, we're all good.
we're playing them soon, so I'll let you know how that
I don't mind. If I'm playing Sevilla in the Champions League, I don't actually mind. It's Sevilla in the Europa League is just a different animal. And they even took Jose Mourinho, so that's his first final he's ever lost. There you go.
They wiped the floor with them, bro. They wiped the floor with them.
Just a quick one. Yeah, Chris Wheeler, I like him a lot. He just devastated with some news. He said, talks continue with over move over Anana, by the way. And then they said Man United reopened talks with Chelsea over Mason Mount amid optimism for the deal to be struck in the next week. Why next week? It was meant to be now in the 24 hours. Why is this taking so? This gets on my damn. This guy is so crap. Yeah, look, I'm not joking. He's not a crap player. Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, but he's not that good to ponder over the last 3 weeks. Move on. Man United suck. We suck, bro. Like we actually suck in every area. In from the boardroom to the Glazers to all the way down. That before he hits the coach, even the guy who washes the kits suck. They suck. They're crap. Everything is crap about this club, and it actually annoys me. I'm not joking. You hit me with Anana, then you hit me, Mason Mount deal struck next week. Go away, man. You know the league starts in about 5-6 weeks.
You know what I don't understand? How Man United, no one in the fan base is saying that this deal is good. And I'm sure analysts are not saying, but everybody from the Gary Neville, they're trying to be political because they cannot say an English player is bad, but still the club is going for him, for Mason. Why is the club going for him? Why?
Because we're garbage, bro. we are ass and cheeks in this game.
Yeah, you guys suck, to be honest. Like, if all the fan base are saying this guy is crap, we don't want him for that price, and he's still getting him.
I've had enough. You know what? I've tried to be fair. I've tried to keep it cool and everything. But every time it comes to Manchester United, like the circle, right? And I have to talk on it. I just can't keep it in no more. You know what I mean? Like it's hard, man. Pause. It's just I just can't do it. Pause. Someone needs to give me some Viagra, bro, for my side because I can't.
Honestly, don't, bro.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Like honestly, the whole thought just. Allow it, man. I can't. This club is so stressful, right? And this whole ownership situation. I want to dominate again. Like I just want to be back there and think, you know, we're the worst top 6 club. Done. Out of every top 6 club that's run, we're the worst. We're actually the worst.
I'm here for it.
No, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. We're the worst run. It's actually annoying. It's so annoying.
To be fair, last summer you got your coach 4 of his players that he wanted. He wanted Lisandro, Malacia, Anthony. Got him 3.
No, but we do this every year. It happens every year. The coach gets his players, expensive, Sancho, whatever, blah, 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 Ronaldo and that. The next year, you go get me what? A Dan James or something.
Doesn't he want Mason Mount?
Because we can't get no one else. That's why.
Well, you can get Lavia. You could have got
a serious club, a top club that like Man United. If they were really at their pinnacle, they go get De Jong. They won't walk away until it's done. You want to go get the proper players. You know what? Or Caicedo or somebody else like that. They would have been a proper club. You know what? They would have tried for anyone. Harry Kane would have been a done deal by that. We just paid the money. Not done it. With Man United, we can pay the money. You know, it's our money. Can't do that either. It's just a joke, man. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm actually sick of this crap. We ain't even signed
some good news, Marcus. Hopefully, Mount agrees.
Yeah, but Arsenal signed like 3 players already. Pretty much, you guys have pretty much secured 2 players and looking at Gary Veiga. Newcastle getting Tonali and looking at Szoboszlai alongside Liverpool and all this kind of stuff. And it's just Real Madrid are looking at Mbappe and this route just doing Real Madrid things all the time.
It's all right. You'll get Qatar soon, innit?
Oh man, we're gonna struggle. At this rate, we're gonna struggle. I'm talking 7th, 6th.
Competing with Tottenham.
It's bad. I might be overreactive right now, but this is painful, man. I might have to watch De Gea next year. He's throwing up yawning emojis. And
that was mad. That was bad.
I swear, I'm not going to Old Trafford if I see De Gea in goal again. We can't be panicking at Old Trafford in those crappy little seats. Can't do it. Sorry. Yeah. Man done.
That's okay.
We're here for you. It's fine.
Why is it always at 11 o'clock at night? Man United just stress me out, man. Like, it's not even a joke. It's not even a joke.
Well, your club is not run worse than my club, but fine. But at least
you two can have therapy tomorrow night. You two can have therapy.
At least I don't have the money. I think your club has a lot of money, but just don't want to spend it right.
Imagine this. So it came out today. Man United's actually got 260 million to spend, right? But because they don't want to inject enough cash flow for it to happen, we're restricted to about 150, 140, something along them lines, maybe even less. Because they're dickheads.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Nice to speak to you.
Big up Raul, man. Big up Raul.
Big up, bro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
I'm even seeing Thingy get James Maddison.
People, tomorrow around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., you'll be able to see Cass crying when Mount is secured and announced, let's go, or here we go, or whatever it is that Fabrizio says. I'll be here for that as well.
I'm not doing what Arsenal fans do and pretend that Kai Havertz is anything special. Like, I'm not going to do that with Mason Mount. I can't do it. I'll back it. Obviously, you have to, like, as a club, you have to support your club in it. If that's what your manager wants, give it a chance. But he's got to prove to me why he's a Man United player if that's the case. Chelsea, reject the bid. Just reject the 55. Walk away. Just keep him. I've had enough. I hate Chelsea. You know what? I need to stop this Chelsea thing. I need to stop it. I need to choose different club to, like, give props to. I've had enough of that club. Why are you not laughing? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing for, Chris?
No, I'm going to bed a happy man. I've seen Cass tears almost. He's not okay, but it's beautiful.
I'm not okay, man. It's just, I'm just stressed over my club. It's been a month and we ain't signed no one.
Yeah, it's literally been like 3 weeks negotiation for just the problem is what I'm thinking about is like now when he just said it, they've been doing 3 weeks just to get Mason Mount at the end. It's not like they're gonna go get like a Harry Kane or they're gonna get like a Barella, or they're gonna get like like a Haaland. You know what I mean? It's all of this just Mason Mount. Back and forth. It's not it's like back and forth for like 5 million. And they are struggling to get players out because everybody's
why is it taking 4 days why is it taking 4 days to meet up, right? To over about £5 million in add-ons or whatever it is. How does that even work? Just say yes or no. You got 24 hours or we move on. And you know what? We're gonna fund them so they can go get Caicedo as well. That's what makes it even worse. That's what makes it worse. Arsenal and Manchester United have funded Caicedo and more.
I think Mount's a good signing, personally. But...
Yeah, for City. Like, he's a good signing for Man United, which is good for City because they can laugh at us more. We couldn't even get Rabiot on a free agent, by the way. Whatever, man. Anyways, I'm done.
You done?
I think Kim and Jay something.
Don't say he's done for them. That would stress me out more. Don't. I've had enough.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Let's see what deals happen.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
Salute everyone. Thanks for watching.
Just get the likes up before you go. Thank you so much.
And stay on the stream. Then go over to Monts' stream as well. If you stay on it, just go watch Monts. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be happy. He's happier than me. Liverpool fans.